We're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to uh, hi. I'm Sen, the executive producer of Final Show Films, and I've lost all my words. I had them at one point in a bag, um, but then I misplaced that bag because I set it down, intending to put it in a place where I would always be able to find it. Which, if you have ADHD, is the perfect way to lose something. So I did that, and now all my words are gone. But I do want to thank the people on our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms that donate $25 or more a month. Those being currently driving Alexander and L. Without him, I wouldn't be able to do it. Very much for your support over the years. And those of you that are watching live, please sit back, relax, and enjoy as Mara gets to take over now. Go ahead, Mara.
Hello, I'm Mara. I'm your storyteller for the evening, and we are running Ballad of the Werewolf, a Werewolf the Apocalypse Chronicle, here with my lovely players, starting with Sally.
Hi, I'm Sally, and I'm playing Dapple, the Lupus Black Fury Galliard.
And Sen.
Sen, and I am playing Ulfric Volkov, Ahmed Aru, Silverfang.
And William or Shani.
Hi, I'm William Orshani, and I'm playing Eileen Baird, the Hamid. Again, stop trying to introduce her like she's Ingvar, the Hamid Shadowlord Ragabash.
It's a problem. And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm playing Juniper, the Metis Philodox Stargazer.
I've been saying Hamid get a Fenris Arun for so long on Wednesday that it's just ingrained in me whenever I'm playing a werewolf.
Muscle memory. And last but not least, Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Aoife, who is Aoife dances with Hecate, daughter of Hecate. Words. Who is a Hamid Fianna Thurge.
I would like to suggest a change of deed name for your character, Jeremy.
Okay.
They should now be She Who Fucks the Moon.
No. But
we did make that joke after last session.
Moonfucker for short. Yeah.
I'm in favor of this, but alas.
That's what she did, not who she is. Big difference.
That's why it's a deed name, not a personal name. It's about what you did.
Maybe you have to do it multiple times, and then it's a pattern, and then you just really have to. But not yet.
Aoife does not allow the celestial bodies that she fucks define her.
There we go.
Oh no, they're not the ones doing the defining. It's the Guru Nation, really.
It's partly like, yeah.
This is how you get the deed name Moon.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
That's only if you fuck two moons at once.
And here, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, and this is a horror game. Horrible things are going to happen. If you need a respite from the horribleness, this may or may not be the place for you. And if it's not, then we wish you well, and go pet puppies. These are not puppies, these are werewolves, and they will bite your face off. So I don't recommend that unless you're into that. In which case, all right then. Not my kink. Meanwhile, in Victorian London, last time the Dark and Stormy pack had managed to complete a quest in the legendary realm. Making various choices, including fucking a moon. And for that privilege, you gained some renown, and made your exit out back into the real, where consequences of an extended absence of 2 months were immediately felt by Juniper, who lost her job, her apartment, and had a run-in with a figure from the past. Just sort of in memory and emotions so far, but hopefully, according to a fair number of the group in person, where violence will be done.
Just a question, a clarifying
Yes.
question that,
Uh-huh.
that I wasn't here to ask last week.
Yes, yes.
Was the moon a top or a bottom?
Top.
Yeah.
So then really, you didn't fuck the moon, you got fucked by them.
This
Much
is
less
true.
of a deed name.
This is true.
I mean, if you are actively involved
Mm-hmm.
in terms of types of motions, you're still fucking. You're just
Yeah.
also being fucked.
Yeah, that sounds like something a bottom would say.
I don't feel like we should judge which is the.
That's a real,
No.
that's a real Roman take of you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at the beginning of the return back to reality that you all have undergone, Wolfric, what did you do upon exiting? And you all very quickly realized, like, classic, like a newspaper hawker kind of walks by and says the date, shows it prominently on a newspaper as they walk by, and you suddenly realize, oh, it's been 2 months accidentally.
Totally coincidental event.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have I reported into my handler because
No, you have not.
no, I would have is what I'm saying.
Okay.
As soon as I got once I realized the time difference,
Mhm.
I need to go talk to a person. Let me know if anything needs me. And
Yes.
just gone.
Yeah, you show up at the address you were given, that that social club, and are
Gentleman's club.
immediately told to please stay put. We are going to get him to come talk to you, because it has been a little while. You wait there for about
This is
an
my
hour.
first weekly check-in for 2 months.
Yeah, it has been. And you are we see the scene is like a dark paneled, like wood paneling room. It's definitely like smells of tobacco smoke.
Oh yeah, no, I'm smoking.
It's sort of sunk into the, yeah, you're smoking. This figures. It's silent though. Like, it's very quiet in here. Normally you'd expect to see like people wandering around, kind of like socializing. As the evening gets later, it would get louder, but right now it's mid-afternoon during a weekday. And the place is unnaturally quiet until there is the tapping of feet and a cane as a Metis, kind of dark-haired, kind of slicked back with some sort of pomade or something like that, wearing a very nice suit, walks in, holding a large, kind of bulky sort of bag that gets heavily set down. Are you at a table or a booth, do you think?
A booth, something that where I can put my back to the wall.
Okay, yeah. You're kind of scrunched in there because you're very big and it's not built for someone of your size particularly.
Also, an excuse not to stand up.
That's fair. And he squeezes in on the other side and pulls out a typewriter and begins setting it up. Like a little like a portable
Stenographer.
typewriter. Yeah.
Was this in the bag or was the bag something?
Yes, it was in the bag.
Okay. And this is not like assuming we did black hair.
Yeah. No, it's not the person who you had initially like met at the train when you first arrived.
That person, like, officer.
Did I confuse something? I might have done, because I am terrible at writing my own notes.
I know. Did I write anything but
Okay.
Ransom
Ran-
Book Babel.
Yes.
Silverfang Philadelphia is my parole officer.
Yes. He's going to actually partway through setting up the typewriter, he's trying to get the sheet of paper in and just like checking to make sure the um like the ink strip is set up properly. I don't know if that's how typewriters at this point in time are set up, but I'm going with it. He's gonna hold out a hand to you. He hasn't really looked you in the eyes yet. It just says Fabble.
Writer, take it. And he will take the hand as gingerly as he can. Wolfric.
Nice to finally meet you.
Apology. Fortunately, my pack for accident legendary. Had to complete a quest for what was the Queen?
Queen Maeve.
Queen Maeve.
We had to complete a quest for Queen Maeve before we could be allowed to leave.
An eyebrow raises. Fingers begin typing loudly.
I mean, technically, we just had to complete a quest. It just came in the form of Maeve giving it to us.
What Wolfric said is 100% the truth. I had to complete a quest for Queen Maeve because she was the one that approached us with a quest.
Absolutely. Say, we could have
we had
moved
completed a
on and
quest
found someone else.
for someone else.
Interesting.
We've only just now gotten back in a few months.
You and your pack. The dark and stormy, I think is what they said.
Correct.
How are they?
In what?
I'd like to hear your description of them. He looks at you.
Competent, driven, and eccentric of companion.
Just sort of gives a hum and continues typing.
Gives his little
Uh-huh. Do you want to give me a wits empathy roll, Diff?
Yeah.
7. You don't know this guy.
social. This is technically a social.
Yes.
Does my pure breed apply?
Mm,
Is it harder for him to hide his thoughts around me because I'm a pure breed?
yeah. Oh, I like that. It works.
Wits.
Yes. Diff 7.
Three successes.
Okay. You're getting disapproval mostly from this
At
guy,
what-
which is
I mean, not unexpected, but at which part?
at the specifically the description of the rest of your pack. He is mostly just like you can tell like writing down what is there, but you're beginning to guess more and more that this is this guy's auspice is probably some sort of Philodox. Um, and he's judging you.
Sure. So we'll follow up. Take a drag off. If you have more specific questions, I'm sure I can answer. But
2 months alone in the Umbra right after you arrived into town and were immediately asked to be their alpha.
I was asked to be their alpha a short while after I, not really immediately, and it wasn't months for us. It was a day.
All right. He will write that down. See, 1 day as he picks and hunts with the keyboard.
But when translating back across the Umbra, sometimes, depending on the realm you're coming from, time can be.
It can. We will be confirming this, but thank you for showing up to the meeting.
Would have arrived earlier. I was.
And he's gonna give sort of he's gonna stand up like it's kind of awkward because he has to like slide out of the booth, repack up the thing. He has not been here long. Like this is not shortened at all. Like this is about as long as it takes for him to do this. And gives a stiff sort of bow. I'll keep going with the 3 successes. Like you are getting the bare minimum of what most people think you deserve as the heir to the lineage that you were born into.
I'll give him a polite nod as substitute for not immediately ripping the table off the ground to get out fast enough to give him a bow.
Okay. And
I-
he's going to exit.
Finish my cigarette and then leave.
Okay. So
Actually,
yeah. Is there anything else you would like to do besides that? Actually, question for the rest of you, because Wolfric wasn't here for this scene last time. Would you have told him, because Juniper doesn't know about the plans to deal with her pack? Does Wolfric? And when and where is that conversation?
That's a good question.
this one probably is back to my warehouse.
I think Eileen is in favor of filling Wolfric in, A, because she suspects that Wolfric will be very on board once the full situation is laid out, and B, because Wolfric is a very good figurehead for interpack squabbles.
Yep.
Also, Alpha.
That also.
Do we actually have a plan yet, though? That's the thing.
No
I
plan,
mean-
just vengeance. Apparently.
At the moment, our plan is investigation. And whatever, why am I forgetting Zodiac Systems character?
Dapple.
And whatever Dapple and her home team have in mind, I'm sure the Black Furies will come up with something entertaining.
True.
Yeah, like as far as I'm aware, I don't have. Am I being told anything that happened with Juniper?
Yeah, I like after the initial meeting between Eileen, Juniper, and Dapple. Eileen will fill Wolfric in on the Juniper's lost her job, her house, basically everything she owned. I've done what I can to get her set up in a new place and get most of the stuff that she lost back. Well, replaced at the very least. But there's been some suspicion that her former alpha either was involved in some situations regarding her position being lost at the library, or at least had the opportunity to intervene and failed to. And beyond that, has a bit of a shite reputation from all accounts that we've been able to discern, ranging from the guy just seems kind of off to he's kind of a raging misogynist, and these kinds of bad things have happened to several other members of his pack at times, and he's just kind of used his reputation as their alpha to force them to do things they didn't really want to, while he took credit for their own hard work. So it's kind of gotten into the minds of myself, Dapple, and Aoife to see what's going on with this asshole and if something can be done to put him back into his proper place.
What's his name?
I'd give the name. I can't remember it as a player.
Matthias Dyson.
That was it.
Yep.
He's some small time. Well, I knew a little bit about him outside of that. He was what? Do I don't remember what his tribe was?
I may be wrong, but my brain says Silverfang, but I may be wrong.
It wasn't Silverfang. He is not a Silverfang. He is Get a Fenris.
Worse.
He's a small time
Worse.
get out. Yeah, he's a small time get alpha out from out in Leighton, just outside of London.
Where's he hang out?
From what I can tell, mostly northeast side of the city. He's got some contacts in a sept in Hackney, but his actual pack has been slowly trying to move their territory in from outside of London around Leighton.
They haven't, for Wolfric's benefit, actually give me a intelligence politics roll, diff 6.
There isn't the politics skill.
Or actually diff 5 for you. You've been.
There isn't the politics skill. Would that be etiquette or street?
Oh, isn't? Oh, that's right. I always forget what's in different ones. Yeah, etiquette.
Politics is changeling.
It is. Yeah, intelligence politic or intelligence etiquette. Blah, can't say
or
words.
Intelligence law.
Law would actually work. Yeah, also.
5, you said?
Yes. This is Silverfang stuff.
One success.
One success. You're not entirely sure what the political situation is, but they don't, from what's been described to you, and kind of like the current information you have about that pack is that they're not within the city of London itself, like not within the metropolitan area, which is Silverfang considered that their territory. So jurisdictionally, possibly hazy on that. You're encroaching into someone else's territory, possibly. However much you decide that's worth it, Silverfangs, they have a particular view of their own right to rule in every situation.
Yeah.
But it might not be shared by everyone else.
It's not.
What sept would they be a part of then?
They'd be a sept outside of London. You do not know enough of the kind of septs in the area. Because you're pretty new here.
According to what Eileen knows, they do hang out a decent amount in a sept in Hackney. But they apparently haven't actually officially moved into that sept.
No.
Well, They're not part of our step. Our ability to deal with without consequences is limited, but not nothing. Information, I think, is our first port of call. See what we can learn about them.
I was thinking some scouting was in order.
Yeah, I have a pretty good kind of description. Honestly, if he were to be at a sept having drinks, I could probably get a lot of information out of him just by sitting nearby and being slightly bigger than he is.
I don't doubt it. He'd probably try and take a swing at you to prove his manliness or something like that.
Or start bragging. Most likely start bragging first.
And then when you're not
Because
impressed, then take a swing at you.
you can't control how big you are, but you can control the things done. So bragging is the first response. Throwing the punches that want to insult him or don't care enough.
Aye.
And that's where we're gonna fade off on that. As Dapple, you get a letter in the mail. How exciting! You've never gotten a letter before. The first time.
At least that
got
one that wasn't Scotland Yard.
They haven't proven anything.
She will open
Got a
it.
stamp on it and everything. It's a little picture of a woman with a crown. How exciting. You open it. Inside is a letter with a familiar scent. Your aunt's perfume. Can you describe what that is for me? What are we smelling?
That is the scent of lilacs and campfire.
Excellent. As this sort of floral smoky scent immediately pulls you back to countryside, estate, and very happy childhood moments. And then you see it's your mom's handwriting. Rivers Current begins the message with, "Hello, daughter."
Never good. Okay. Yeah, she'll read it.
I understand that you have joined a pack. We would very much like to meet them. Your presence is requested on, they give a date here, very soon, and I have enclosed train tickets for everyone. And there are a series of train tickets dated. You cannot use these on another date. They are very clearly, there's not a return train ticket.
So Dapple.
Question: Did this letter arrive recently enough that we haven't already missed that date?
No, it has, the date has not passed.
Okay.
Yep.
No, the date has already been passed for a month.
No. I would not do that to you.
Yeah, Dapple will read that. And I'm assuming because Dapple knows her mother, albeit she's been mostly on the front lines most of Dapple's life, but that is phrased very much as that is a request. That is not a request, that is a demand.
Yeah.
How would everybody feel about a trip on a train?
Generally speaking, I dislike being put in a pressurized metal can with a bunch of other people, but why?
That depends. Will there be people there?
Potentially.
It's a regular train ticket. Like regular commercial.
Yes.
It is
very much so. There will
first
be
class. So there is that. if Dapple realizes, the significance of that.
No, that's a human thing. Dapple has no
Yeah.
idea what that is.
I figured.
So she'll, well, my mother wants to meet Pack, and when my mother requests something, it's not a request, it is a demand from a high-ranking member of the Black Furies. So I would very much, I hope that you all would be amenable to meeting my family. And she'll give the date and just read off the train tickets, not really realizing anything special about them.
Oh, well, at least we'll have a car. At least we'll have a cabin. So.
I mean, she sprung for first class. Fair enough.
Can't we just take a moon bridge?
I think the presentation's part
Not
of the play.
accept where your family is from.
Unfortunately, it's not the sept that my family is from, so no.
How many people?
And travel.
Yeah, that happens.
Which, by the way, it's important that I have a meeting with a tribe. Missing 2 months of that kind of puts me on the back foot slightly, but not a big deal. Just be aware if I have to step out because a Silver Fang approached, it's probably related to that.
Does all right, I'm supposed to be polite when I say these things, so I will try to word this my best. Do the Silverfangs know how the Umbra works? And that Guru sometimes use the Umbra?
Yes, they know that it works for them. And he says that in as flat a tone as his voice and with a fixed stare, hoping that you'll get the idea of if they're not a Theers, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
People aren't cross-trained in your department.
Silverfangs are big on knowing your role.
Then you realize how hard it is for me not to complete that quote. Remember what industry I work in. Well,
I'm assuming that sentence usually ends in peasant when talking to someone else.
I would advise that you respectfully tell if anybody takes issue with the idea that you were gone for 2 months, tell them respectfully to talk to the Thurge about how that can happen because it's the Umbra.
I gave them the update, and they're going to be unhappy with it regardless, so I'm not terribly worried about it.
Fair.
It doesn't matter.
This doesn't happen all the time in the Umbra,
no,
by the way.
Obviously. It doesn't matter if it was within our control or not. It's just that the letter of the law wasn't followed.
And this is why I don't like people.
You can say Silverfangs. It's okay. I won't be.
No. I meant people.
Fair.
People are unreasonable and awful. Spirits make sense.
As far as going to meet Apple, he says, pointing at himself.
I was about to say, how's the high-ranking Black Fury gonna take the big man?
I'm not too certain. I have a feeling she's going to have more than a few words, at least. Um, I'd being able to patch somebody up might not be the worst idea in case she does. She doesn't have. She doesn't have too many issues with. She is very tempered in her rage. I can't hold that accent.
Well, if no one else has any major objections, I'm down for it. When is the date of these tickets?
Tomorrow.
I mean, we'll have to come to a decision right quick, considering the tickets are for tomorrow.
And I'm assuming we're going. It was worded in a way where we couldn't say no.
There's some stamps on the envelope that indicate to anyone who knows that postage was incorrect the first time and they had to mail it again.
Also, that was mailed twice.
Is that mean something special, or
It means your mom's going to be a little test.
It means the first time she tried to mail it, they handed it back to her and said postage was wrong and asked her for more money.
I mean,
Is
neither
your
of
mom a
us were
lupus?
very. Yes.
That explains some things.
All right.
Mother.
Well, being that as it may, is there a particular level of formality of dress that this calls for, or
It's like a farm. I mean,
um,
sometimes
look,
there's costume parties.
raised in a castle? I have to ask.
Well, my family, no, I was raised on a farm. So, no formality of clothes.
See from the look on Wolfrick's face that he is desperately trying to figure out what clothes you wear on a farm.
Just come as you are, Wolfric.
Got it. The only suit that he has, because we just got 5 copies of the same suit because they ran out of materials.
Yep.
All right.
Fuck, I need to meditate tonight and see if I can get any more gnosis back after fucking rededicating my outfit again.
All right. And we have a scene wipe. As anyone, if you have anything you'd like to do the night before the train ride starts, Dapple, you know that it'll take like a full day and a half via train to get out to where you're from.
As mentioned, meditation.
Yes.
Dapple knows she's going to be in a small enclosed metal tube with a bunch of humans and her pack mates for a day and a half. Dapple is spending the evening running around the sept in lupus form as much as she can.
Okay.
Just run.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And if anybody asks, she will explain, which I assume is not too foreign a sentiment for any other lupus in the cairn.
Yeah, you get knowing sort of nods and yeah. And they advise you not to drink coffee, too much tea, or any sort of stimulants.
Spending a willpower, so it's gonna be 2 gnosis back.
Okay.
I want to actually Wolfric wants to talk to her.
Yeah. Where does he find you, Juniper?
At her new place. She's kind of been keeping to herself lately.
It's a little narrow sort of apartment in a nice part of town over in Westminster, but tucked back and pretty quiet.
we get like a Disney animation moment where like the door knocks and you open it and you can only see Wolfric from like mid chest down.
Yeah, it's just like pecs down.
Ducks his head. Juniper, may I come in?
Yeah,
I will try not to knock anything over.
you're fine.
To be fair, she doesn't have a lot of knickknacks.
Fair.
There's mainly just furniture and books.
Crouch down. I wanted to ask you, what's the deal with this former packmate? From what I've been told, apparently stuff happened while I wasn't around.
She'll roll her eyes. I told Ava not to worry about it. It's not her problem.
Doesn't have to be anyone's problem for them to want to know that you're all right and see if they can help.
I'm fine. She'll gesture to herself.
You don't seem
I'm fine.
all right. You need help setting anything up? Going towards
What?
furniture and stuff?
No, I'm good. I've got stuff. He was my former alpha.
Good alpha? A bad alpha? Mediocre one?
She thinks. I don't like to complain.
So a bad one.
I mean, the rest of the pack seemed to like him fine.
Asking the rest of the pack. You. I'm interested in your opinion.
He didn't treat me the best. He didn't seem to like that I was Metis. None of them did.
Well, it's not uncommon for short-sighted people to not realize that the things they don't like are also part of.
I think they just wanted me in their pack to have a punching bag. They like to use me for things that they didn't want to do. And whenever they felt like it, they like to beat me.
Roll just otherwise I'm gonna go up some dots and trade.
Okay. Yeah. It is for a rage check. It is currently, oh goodness, diff 6.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
So maintaining a very even
Yeah.
tone and everything.
I eventually, um, I kind of ran away from the pack in the middle of the night, and they've never come looking for me, so
So do you think the situation with your job not an accident?
I don't know. I don't know how much influence he has.
If you were capable of passing absolute judgment, no consequence, no litany, no moot, no count, what would you want to happen to him?
Um, Nothing.
Nothing?
She'll just like look down. Nothing.
If I had heard a similar story of people doing similar things to Dapple, what would your response be?
Rip their throats out.
So you might understand what I'm feeling. You want nothing to happen, nothing will happen.
He just didn't like Metis.
Addis is what you said?
Oh, Metis, yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with you or with Metis.
I kind of been taught my entire life that there is.
Well, I have somewhere in Russia a small child, a few months old at this point, who is every bit the result of the love of their two, and is a concentration of werewolf power and grace. Nothing more.
Why aren't you with
So are
them?
you.
Why aren't you with them?
Because in order for them to have the life that they deserve, someone had to be punished, and that someone was me. I would make the same decision again.
She looks like she's in very deep thought for a moment.
You are worth love and respect, as are all girl. You are no less or no different.
Did they banish you from being with your child?
I missed the word.
Sorry.
What?
Did they banish you from being with your child?
Yes.
Is that common practice?
I don't know what the other septs or tribes, but the Silver Fang, that or execution, depending on how important the Silver Fang is.
I am I never knew my father. I was told he was dead when I was a kid, but no one ever talked about him or answered any of my questions about him.
Mara,
Mhm.
I would know the litany. What does the litany say happens to a guru that fathers a menace? I believe it is death, isn't it?
The litany doesn't prescribe punishments or
Yeah,
declarations
it
technically.
doesn't prescribe punishments. It defines actions, and
Mhm.
breaking the litany, the punishment is usually up to the relevant philodox.
Yep.
And in most cases in some cases, death and hardliners, a lot of times it's going to be banishment or severe loss in rank. Regardless, you do not have a relationship with that child ever.
Yeah. What happens is determined by the philodox interpreting the litany. Universally, the parent is separated from the child. Whether it's separated by death or banishment depends on who's passing down the rule.
Just as much punishment to the child as it is to the parent.
They'll convince themselves it isn't, but in reality it is.
I mean, most of them will say it is, and that's okay because the child should be punished too.
Well, for some luck.
No, yes.
Sorry about what happened to you.
I'm sorry for everything you've had to.
He's gonna give him a hug. Or his leg, or whatever part of him she can reach.
Well, return the
Or we
hug
can
as
sort of
gingerly as
crouch
you can.
down because well, actually your ceilings are pretty big in here, so you could be standing up.
I'm probably crouching.
Okay.
I like to look at people. I like to look at people as close to on level as I can when talking to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. Less intimidating.
Yeah.
You could reach. You could give a big bear hug.
Yeah, over as gingerly as possible, as not to harm anything around.
Again, not a whole lot of stuff.
Doesn't matter. You said narrow apartment. Doesn't matter if there's a whole lot of stuff. There's a whole lot of me.
Yeah.
Some philodoxes decide that the ordering of the litany is very important, and the litany puts Guru shall not mate with Guru first, before even combat the worm wherever it dwells and whenever it breeds.
Yep.
Which my philodox thought was bullshit.
The argument there, which I'm clearly acknowledging it's a wrong one, is that you're creating the worm at that point. There are a lot of guru who believe that
Metis are worm tainted. Yeah.
Yes.
But as long as you are around, I'm not even going to say part of my path, because I wouldn't stand for it even if you weren't in my path. I'm going to make sure that you do not get treated like that ever again.
Thank you.
And if truly you wish nothing to happen to your father, I will endeavor to do my best to restrain myself should he ever cross my path.
I mean, accidents happen.
It gives you the just a wide grin. They do, don't they? Nobly born, not stupid. For those watching in the Roll20 chat, Jeremy just said, "Boy, am I glad Wolfric said I there." Wolfric
Don't
knows
be making that promise for me.
So I say he knows better than to try and make that promise on behalf of Aoife
There
or
we go.
Eileen or Dapple.
Wolfric can only make promises on behalf of himself.
There we go.
All he's ever done.
And with that wide toothy smiles, we'll fade to you all boarding a train. It's very exciting. There is steam coming out of a smokestack. There is the rumbling of an engine, and you all are boarding some rickety metal
And
stairs.
there's a train there too.
Yeah, exactly. To the first class carriages of a nice train going out to the countryside. Look at that. There's a bunch of people around in holiday wear. You've got a couple with a small gaggle of children who are being very loud and excited about everything. You've got a group of look like 19, 20-year-olds in pinstriped suits loudly daring each other to smoke some sort of pipe, which looks very much like none of them are used to using, judging by the coughing. And there's various sundry other folks wandering about. But you all make your way inside. There is indeed a sleeping carriage. There are two of them for all of you. Just because of they're let me see. Yeah, because they sleep four. And then you have to go to another carriage to get to the others.
So one for Wolfric and one for the others.
Yeah, possibly. And beyond that, there is like a scenic car where you can sit and watch the countryside pass by. There's also a dining car with a very small bar that looks pretty well appointed, honestly. It's got a lot of alcohol back there. The small gaggle of young adults has seemed to be stationed themselves there mostly. And the carriages begin to fill up. And very shortly thereafter, this is about 10, 11 in the morning, the conductor passes by on the outside, giving yells. Where do we find you all as the train is about to depart? Start with Dapple.
Probably. I mean, in our rail car, presumably.
Okay.
Dapple does not know the rules or social conventions of this machine, so is being quiet and sitting still and trying not to touch anything.
Okay. Sit
She
still,
feels and looks very out of place.
Okay, excellent. Eileen. Or Beta.
Eileen, as is always the case, is in full glabro and in her usual street attire rather than her Hamid disguise.
Yep.
So the sorry, my brain just interjected the line that Batman is the real person and Bruce Wayne is the disguise as a phrase.
There are a couple people. There's a group of four who are openly carrying hunting rifles. They seem pretty geared out for like going hunting. They've got like the sort of like Victorian equivalent of camouflage, basically.
Your deer stalker cap
exactly.
and your long wood colored coat.
Yep. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. And they're sort of look very serious about it. and aren't talking to a whole lot of other folks, but sort of are wandering about the train station platform as long as possible before they get on.
Yeah. She probably like shortly before the train actually like is set to depart is probably checking and asking if any of them are in need of some extra ammunition for their hunt before they depart, kind of thing.
Oh, are you a purveyor? Do you have a shop nearby? We don't have a lot of time to go.
I tend to wander a bit and don't like to go places without being fully stocked, but uh, I've got shops here and there across the city, so if you're in need of some ammunition, I actually happen to have a handful on me. I was going to see if I might do some hunting while I was out. So
Oh, we greatly appreciate that. Give me a, what are you gonna call this? Manipulation, and this is where seneschal would be a nice skill to have, but it's
I
not.
know, right?
It's my new favorite skill. Streetwise.
Relation streetwise. All right.
Yeah, you're selling ammunition to some random folks on the train platform.
Yeah, gotta make business wherever it exists.
Exactly.
Right. Seneschal is one of the skills in Dark Ages.
In Dark
Yeah.
Ages, yeah.
Yep.
Diff 6. Standard.
You gotta be fuck. It's not a botch.
Okay, it's not a botch, but
I just
it's
happened
not
to
a
roll
success.
2 ones.
Yeah. And then can you also give me a intelligence in Streetwise?
Yep.
Diff. You're able to see these things pretty up close. Diff 6.
2 successes.
Okay. You are not successful in selling them anything. They
But
sort
I
of
don't.
like
But I
take a.
don't say anything incriminating because I'm smarter than that.
No, I'll get to what you get. You show them your wares. You are acting your part as a professional businesswoman. And they seem interested and curious, and they take a look. And very quickly, you can tell that this is devolving into we are going to politely decline to buy any of her wares, which you realize is because their hunting rifles are much larger, would take much larger ammunition than it first appears. These are modified guns.
Like
Okay.
elephant guns.
Hunting bigger game.
Where are they finding elephants? Northern Europe.
I was about to say,
England.
if they look like they're carrying elephant guns into northern England, can I tell if these people look like they might be trying to hunt something that is perhaps larger than is natural?
That's an assumption you can make. You don't know exactly what they're hunting, but 2 successes get you that much.
Yeah. Huh. Because she's stalking like regular rifle rounds, not like elephant rounds.
Oh
like
yeah.
Elephant slugs or like.
Yep.
The fact that they're like, oh, these are nice ammo. We're looking for something bigger. She's like, oh, very well. Oh, if I find anything of that caliber in stock, I'll be sure to let you know. And she'll just tip her hat and make her way onto the train.
Okay.
And while she's making her way onto the train, over totem phone, she's just gonna say, Dapple, I don't suppose that there's anything particularly large wildlife out where you're from. Any, I don't know, stray grizzly bears wandered onto the continent.
Can't say very much that there is. No, we are the biggest things in our area.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was worried about. There's a group of hunters supposedly heading out that way, carrying guns way too big for anything that you'd normally find game-wise in England.
How many?
4.
Where?
4 of them.
apparently, headed toward a different sleeper car.
They've got a different car in first class, so let's not derail a train dealing with them, but keep an eye on them.
Keep to yourself, but be aware that they're here.
On the other side of the in the like line of cars, they're on the other side of the there's your cars, there's one other sleeper car, and then there's first the dining car, and then the like sightseeing kind of car, and then they're on the other side of that.
Via totem phone. Afa,
Yes.
is this something you could ask spirits to keep an eye on or to gather information about?
On
This
the
group of people
hunters?
that are hunting game far larger than one would normally find, yes. I'm curious if additional information on that is something you could acquire.
The caliber of bullets they were asking about are usually the kind you'd see on someone going elephant hunting in the savannah. Last I checked, there's no elephants in England.
I mean, I had another question about that. Are there grizzly bears in England? Like, are we importing them? Because
Not that I'm aware of.
Some
why
noble
did you
somewhere
ask about
probably
grizzly
has.
bears then?
But
Because I was curious if maybe there'd been a grizzly bear that had showed up somewhere, and maybe they had a reason for carrying guns that big.
How would they get here?
I don't fucking know, but the question was rhetorical.
Oh, fair enough.
I
was very confused there for a second. As far as tracking the I'm assuming you're asking if we can have them keep an eye on the hunters?
Or if they're able to tell us anything more about what their objectives are in general.
Certainly.
I don't
If
know.
we weren't on a rapidly moving death machine that doesn't have many spirits on it. If I step across the gauntlet, I am assuming that this train does not have a reflection, and you won't see me for a long time.
You have to step across. I was under the impression the urges could call spirits to them.
I need to see if I don't believe I have the right of summoning.
That's fair. That's fair.
This is me saying it, not Afa, because Afa knows whether Afa has the right.
Oh yeah.
I haven't been gifted with the right of summoning yet.
I have not yet learned how to summon spirits. That is a right that I have not yet been able to be taught. I could. There are spirits on the other side, certainly, but they are probably not necessarily friendly to us.
Entirely fair.
And yes, I don't know. It's, to be fair, it is conceivable that if we were to step across, there would be a representation. This train would have something there, but 35-65 chance?
Not worth risking.
Correct. I don't want to fall to the ground at 45 miles an hour, or
way too fast.
However quickly we're
speeds.
moving.
Humanity was not meant to go at this speed. Neither was Werewolf.
Absolutely not.
Neither was Werewolf.
That's what moon bridges are for.
Yeah. On this death trap, Afa, where are you sitting?
Afa. So Afa is dressed remarkably formally. When she has to human, she can human.
Mm-hmm.
She just hates it with every fiber of her being.
Yeah. Also, this train definitely looks like extra rickety to you. It's full of rust. Things are going to fall off of
Right,
this
100%.
imminently.
100%, and it's got a bunch
Extra.
of walking corpses on it.
Exactly.
You can
So-
never tell whether the rust is actually there or if it's just your gravesite.
Yep. She looks like the she looks like the librarian that gives the other stick up their ass librarians considers them too lax.
Ah, all right.
Um,
An iron rod up that
Correct.
spine.
Correct. With the sunglasses
Ah.
on, of course, because she doesn't
Margaret
want to breach
Thatcher.
the veil. And is wherever where the most private place she can find.
Yep. The
Whatever that
sleeping
is.
cars.
Yes.
Probably next to Dapple then.
Yes.
All
'Cause
right.
at least that's a corpse I'm familiar with.
There you go. And Juniper, where are you?
Emotional support skeleton.
There you
Yep.
Question
Yeah.
in the sleeping cars,
Mhm.
is there space like under the bed?
go.
Damn it.
Not let me think about this. Not really, because that's used for like storage of like linens and things. Because space is at a premium inside these things. So it's like a little bit of a ledge. You could like kind of you can't like fully get under there.
Okay,
The,
well, she's like partially under it,
Okay.
and she's got a book open and is just like curled up reading a book.
Also,
Okay.
like depending on what era of train this is, the sleeper car could just be literally a bed with a curtain separating it from the hallway where the normal seats are. So
These are separate cars, specifically, but yeah. They're you're in first class, so it's a little bit nicer. You can get some second class. Third class does not have any sleeper cars. You have to just be on the train. Second class has that sort of situation. All right. Juniper is huddled up reading. And where is Wulfric as this train is about to depart?
he is doing his best Guinevere, Princess of Sunlight impression in the other sleeper car.
Okay. You're gonna have to
is-
explain what that means to me.
For that is laying paint me like one of your French girls, laying
Yeah,
entirely
yeah.
sideways, hand on chin.
Got
and
it.
still taking up the entirety of the room.
Okay.
But Guinevere, in Dark Souls, Guinevere is an NPC who is gigantic, like significantly larger than every other NPC.
A giant woman.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are like
He's-
these are built for like normal sized people. So you were probably actually in the aisle and have taken like bedding down onto the floor with you, probably to fit on this then, or crunched up a little bit.
Using the bed more like a seat, really.
There we go. Okay.
Just sitting on the bed,
Okay.
taking up as much space as he has to, smoking a cigarette, and just attempting to turn the amount of time he's going to be in this car into a number of cigarette butts that have been disposed of.
Excellent. All right. And with all of these little individual little boxes showing where the rest of the group is very basically just huddled inside of their sleeping cars. Actually, where is because Eileen, you were kind of outside on the platform for the longest time. Are you headed back to where the rest of your pack is, or are you going into any of the others?
She was gonna head to their sleeping car at first. She wasn't gonna start traversing the cars until the train was in motion.
Yep. Yeah. You have to pass by Wulfric and then head into the other one where you see the other scene laid out before you. People trying to pretend they are not here and are not having to deal with this.
He You pass by Wolfric like he's a story critical NPC in a room, but you really gotta get to the blacksmith first. So just
There we
Just,
go.
like, looks over at Wolfric, shrug, keep going.
yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Mutual shrug to each other.
Yeah.
And with-
Dapple is doing her best to sit as perfectly still as possible.
Mhm.
Dapple, Ahara, if you keep staring at that wall, it's going to catch fire.
I this is my first time on train, so I have no idea what. Thank you.
Get up, stretch your legs, walk about.
Not out of the car itself.
Yeah, don't walk outside. The train's about to start moving very fast. But stretch your legs. Don't just sit there like a board.
It's a piercing whistle.
Get out, stretch your legs. Dapple just steps off the train.
And then the clunk and whoosh as the wheels of this train start moving. The engine goes, and you pull out of a London station, headed from the smog and the buildings and the team of humanity out into the countryside. What could be better? It's great for your health. And that
Not
is where we're
being
gonna...
on a train.
That's your opinion. We'll see if that opinion is correct. In the meantime, we're going to take our break right there. Stand up, stretch your legs, don't exit the train.
Please keep your arms
Please
and legs
keep your
inside the
arms
train
and
while it's
legs
in motion.
inside the vehicle at all times. And we'll be back after that.
And we're back. A
A
dinosaur,
dinosaur
Dinosaur
story.
story.
This train is not burning dinosaurs, it's burning coal, which is sometimes dinosaurs, but also just like a lot of plants. Just
I'm
sort
gonna
of
say
squished.
coal is like often just like wood.
Yeah.
I'm burning dinosaurs. Dinosaurs on my cigarettes.
Oh boy. There we go.
Except cigarettes are less dinosaur
Yeah.
and more wood.
That's what I called them. I didn't say it was accurate.
I don't know what good I was trying to think of a transition between that and getting back into the train, but there isn't one. The train has departed. We see scenes of scenery flashing by, and we're gonna have a montage.
We see scenes of scene-like things happen.
Exactly. It's very idyllic.
Need a montage.
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 Anyone doing anything in the first 4 hours of being on the train?
Dapple was instructed to get up and walk around.
Okay, are you doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think mostly wondering why we aren't there yet.
Yep.
And thinking internally, probably not vocalizing it, that we'd be there much quicker if there was a moon bridge. And thus we didn't have to take a fucking train.
Yep.
Jeremy, it's been a while, a significant amount of time that I've been around smokers of any volume and constants. So I need your help with the math. Given his size and the size of a standard cigarette, how many ashtrays has Wolfric filled in 4 hours? If
In
he's just
4
been
hours,
chain
probably.
smoking constantly.
Granted, I don't know how big the ashtray on a train would be in 1885, but honestly, unless you're just literally chain smoking one after the other, your size doesn't matter. Your size doesn't factor into it because you can only smoke so much. You probably would not fill an ashtray. It takes me most of several days to fill one, smoking like every couple hours or so. So
Yeah, because
you would have a good number of butts in there.
He's definitely chain smoking because he is a large rage beast in a small metal can.
I mean, depending on how quickly he gets one down, like I can get one down in about 3 minutes if I need to. But that's because I'm speed smoking during commercial breaks on shit. You're probably going through a pack every couple hours.
Okay.
You probably have a couple of packs downed by 4 hours.
Yeah. There would be a lot of butts in there, but it would not be full yet.
The Wolfric sleeper car smells like rich tobacco smoke right now.
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
Open the door and just the smoke which wafts out.
Yeah. Eileen and Juniper, doing anything particular? Or just
Eileen
staying put.
Eileen is probably now that the train is in motion, is
swaying slightly.
Is just kind of like perusing the cars. Probably gets a glass of wine from the refreshment car. Not that she takes it that much. She just has it for the look of it. Wine is not her favorite alcohol. Her favorite alcohol is the dark and stormy. And she's not gonna get the rum she needs for that on this train.
They've got some type of rum, but it's not good rum. And you're just wandering around?
Yeah, I think she's doing the lightest amount of socializing.
Okay.
Knowing that she's not at the level of rage that makes people instinctively run away, but she is at the level of rage that makes people go, this person probably don't want to fuck with.
Okay. Are you
Uh,
trying mostly to like socialize to keep people at ease, or are you trying to socialize to like get any information or anything like
Oh,
that?
she's always like got an angle that she's working.
Okay.
I think partially it's to keep people at ease, but also it's to try and like see what extra information she can suss out about the people on this train, if any others might be potentially worth keeping an eye on, and or if any further news starts circulating about those hunters.
Okay. Give me both a manipulation and performance. You're acting normal. You're trying to act normal. That's a
Could I could
manipulation of
I
performance.
could I make an argument for etiquette?
Um, yeah, I'll allow it. It's a little bit of a different vibe that you're given across, but I'll allow it. You're this is your social strata.
Yeah.
Give six on
Six.
this.
All right.
I'll have another
It's
one
a
for.
success. Fucking
Okay.
ones everywhere.
Yeah. You the like fourth or fifth time you go through, you start getting looks, kind of like people noticing every time you go by. Give me a wits and empathy for uh picking up gossip and like doing that side of the things. Not the performance, but the picking up on things.
Difficulty.
Diff 6.
That's better. 3.
Okay. So you're not succeeding, you can tell, at the acting normal, inconspicuous, not
I'm
someone.
not alleviating people's concerns about this
No.
unusually buff woman.
Yes, exactly. Um, but you do pick up the group of hunters is they're mostly sticking to themselves. They're staying in the public part of the compartments. You pretty quickly notice there's not like a whole lot of room on this train. You as a first class passenger are able to go into some of the other cars if you want to. Um, and come back. They are not allowed to go the opposite direction. But you notice that the way they've got themselves arranged is two of them at all times stay in the sightseeing car, which is closest to where their sleeping compartment is, and then two of them begin wandering fairly soon after the train departs, doing a similar thing to you.
Mm-hmm.
Sightseeing,
Yeah.
taking in the view, chatting with people. The group of young adults is attempting to get drunk. Quite late in this first 4 hours. It seems they have gotten bored with the smoking. There were some complaints about a lot of cigarette smells coming from the back end of the train, probably caused by Wolfric. But they're getting blamed for it because they're the ones visually smoking outside. And the group with the small children is complaining about it. Not because it would it's a danger to health or safety or anything like that. That's no, smoke is perfectly fine for kids. What are you talking about? It's more about the fact that it's making the windows grimy and their clothes are going to get dirty. So there's a little bit of a small indoor smog situation happening.
She knows full well that Wolfric is causing most of that.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, that
Yep.
that man needs to cut back.
Yep. Juniper, what are you doing? The first 4 hours on the train. Staying put with your book?
After a while, she'll get up, stretch her legs. She will start to walk around, but she is still reading. So she's
Mhm.
like got the book in front of her and is only half paying attention to where she's going. And
Okay.
kind of wandering.
Beautiful. All right. Uh, you're not trying to notice. Let's have a wits alertness roll to see if you or actually perception alertness to see if you pick anything up. Difficulty 8. You're half paying attention. The train is moving. It's loud. Um, and Dapple, you're moving about as well. Are you trying to mostly keep an eye on things, notice stuff, look around, or like put on a specific face?
Um, she's trying to give the appearance of someone who has like who knows what she's doing.
Uh-huh.
So she's trying to present an air of confidence while she's walking around.
Okay.
But is definitely trying to just see who's all on the train, see if there's any tidbits she can hear about home or anything like that.
Okay. Give me a same thing as Eileen. What do we have? Manipulation and performance for acting normal. Diff 7 for you.
Mm-hmm. Manipulation, performance, because I definitely have
Yeah. You don't get a penalty. It's not as big of a penalty on that one. So there's that at least. Okay.
Damn human.
apparently she's doing pretty well at it.
Decently good at humaning. And let's see, perception, alertness. I'm not going with the social one because correct me if I'm wrong, but Deppel is not a human social person.
No.
So I think you're mostly looking for like odds and things that stick out generally. So diff 6. Actually, diff 7 because it's your first time on a train.
That changes that roll not at all.
Okay.
No.
Beautiful. So you are wandering around, feeling pretty good about humaning. No one is you can sense that sort of like base level of people are a little bit antsier. You don't know if that's normal or not because first time on a train, but it's not more than you normally get walking around the city. You know you get a reaction sometimes. It's normal for you. You notice that group of hunters that Eileen pointed out. They are circling around and going farther than your group seems to be. Are you following into some of the other classes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
You notice they linger for a little bit in the second class car. They actually sit down and start they order some food down there. Um they're not getting people are avoiding them because you've got a bunch of rich folks coming in and just sort of like hanging out and it's a little bit weird. Um, but they aren't having too much of a reaction to all the people. You can see they're sort of scanning the area, though.
Okay. I think when she picks up on that, that they are also scanning, that she'll try not to be seen too many times in the same car as them.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, and you got a 2 on your performance.
Yeah.
They do not seem to have zeroed in on you. Second 4-hour block. As the train passes through the afternoon, You might be beginning to get hungry. The train is rattling. Let's have a rage roll from everyone. Just to see how you're doing in the small metal can hurtling at 45 miles per hour.
We were never meant to go this fast, Mara.
Exactly.
What difficulty?
Diff, it's a half moon, but it's still daylight right now. The moon hasn't come out yet. So it's gonna be a diff 7.
Any bonuses for having isolated myself and been chain smoking a cigarette? More penalties.
No, that's not making it worse, is how I'll put that. Don't
Most
get
of us
forced.
are mildly titchy. Juniper and Dapple are the only ones who have built up any
Yep.
notable.
At some point, I'm gonna check in with. How does I have not moved from where I'm at because that requires me to deal with people.
Yeah.
Right. But like, how is our hunter hunt going?
Well, at least 2 of them at all times are keeping places in the observation car. Rest of them, they tend to take off opposite shifts, scanning about the place, looking around.
How far back is the opposition car?
How far back is the observation car from our normal car?
So the first class observation car is 2 or 3 ahead of you. The second class observation car is 6 back. So
And that's the one they keep hanging out in.
Yeah.
About 6 cars back.
Half
You're not
of
going
them.
any closer than that?
I mean, yeah, like the 2 of them, the 2 of them that go scouting get further up, but they're apparently not first class passengers, so they can't get into the first class cabins. At least not without people trying to stop them.
Well, the hunters are all first class passengers. They can go back there and then come back themselves. It's the people they're observing back there can't come forward.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
To
that
clarify.
changes things significantly.
Okay, they think
Sorry.
they're gonna find werewolves among the second class and third
Yeah.
class. Okay.
Possibly.
No, yeah, they seem to be hunting for werewolves among the second and third class passengers.
Are there any back there?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm pretty certain we're the only ones on the train, or they would have since.
Are
Everyone give me a
Perception and primal urge.
Yeah.
Just to see if we
Difficulty-
smelled anything.
Exactly. Difficulty 7.
1.
Okay.
Nope. That's actually a botch.
Okay.
Eileen
Very
smelled
much no.
shit.
There's
Excellent.
so many Guru on this train.
Oh boy. Nope.
What's the diff again?
Diff 7.
Just weird question. Does my pure blood apply to this?
No.
Okay.
I don't think that helps with you smelling.
I didn't think so either. One's
All right. Okay. You all begin sniffing.
in unison.
Eileen.
Mhm.
It's a botch. Third class. There's someone in third class. It smells, there's the wind is kind of like someone's opened a window to try and get the smoke smog out. And the wind is kind of buffeting and a little bit hard to sense, but you're like you don't smell another werewolf back in third class, but like the buffeting of all of your senses from being on this train have sort of befuddled you a little bit, and you aren't convinced that there's not a werewolf back in third
I mean,
class.
unless I'm just smelling Wolfric, you got a powerful scent, lad. Then there might be somebody in third class, but I can't be certain of it.
Are we willing to play the odds that there isn't?
Aoife and let's see, Wulfric. Yeah, there's someone on this train. You aren't sure where.
Oh, but it is
It's a
group?
very yeah. You're
I
not
mean,
sure where, but there is a. They smell young. Like
I should say, if I haven't moved from my place, do I pick anything up?
ooh, I like that. It's a good argument.
I literally haven't moved
Yeah.
from my seat. So if I'm picking it up, they're near us.
Yeah.
They're near me probably.
Wulfric, I wouldn't give you this because you've been smoking so much that I think that's going to affect your
fair.
ability to smell things, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Aoife, it's someone in first class with you all.
There's one up here.
It's someone in the like public compartments.
There's one up here that you might be smelling.
I mean,
Okay.
fuck, I can hardly tell a damn thing with all the different smells in this on this train.
Don't go on a plane. That would be really
Werewolves
bad.
definitely never go. That's worse
No.
than-
Werewolves on a plane.
The worst idea.
That is my favorite idea, and I really
Right.
do want to do that.
That's a
Well then.
4-minute horror movie.
Well then, if they think that if they are hunting, like hunting lower classes of the train, that's best not engage at all. Any, because we don't want to bring attention to us.
How much longer is this interminable torture going to take?
We still have other.
We need to
Oh,
deal with this before.
was that the estimated
half day.
Well, because you said day and a half, right?
Yes.
It's been 8 hours. It's been 8 hours. You said day and a half.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
another
yeah,
day,
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Roughly.
They will find this person by that time.
Not if they're looking in the completely wrong place. They might not be looking for kin.
I'm not so sure it's kin.
I mean, they're probably looking for something. They may or may not know what they're looking for at all. They might be looking for anybody who looks sufficiently shaggy.
All right, I have a thought. Don't yell at me.
No promises.
Have I ever yelled at you?
No.
Okay.
First time
But
for
you
everything.
might start.
I have.
Can we get? Is there a point in there in? We know that you said that there are the two that are staying in second class observation.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a point? Are the others moving about in such a way that there is always someone from them in first class?
Yes. They are moving in pairs.
Mm-hmm.
And they have like a kind of, so far they have seemed to have a base station set up in first class that they cycle kind of.
Okay, here is my thought. Again, don't yell at me. But if we can lure the lot of them further back in the train and then figure out how to decouple the cars at one point, our problem is solved.
No, it's not, because then they're going to stop the bloody train.
Well, our hunter problem is solved because the cars are going to crash and everyone in them will die.
No,
if we decouple the train cars, the cars will slow down and then stop.
To be fair, Aoife has not been in a lot of trains.
Yeah, no. This is what we're educating, right?
Yeah, and Eileen with 2 dots of technology being like, that's not how trains work.
I'm just saying that seems strangely what's the word that I even want to use here? That seems strangely idyllic to me for something moving this quickly and occasionally making turns.
The turns
Yeah,
are, it's not making turns. It's on rails. It's just going where the rails.
Uh-huh.
And the friction of the rails will cause them to slow down if there's no longer an engine pulling them forward.
Altered plan. We decouple the cars after starting a fire in the cars.
I appreciate the initiative.
Oh, for the initiative, I'd be doing it already. I'm suggesting.
Thinking of the suggestion is still an issue.
Fair enough.
Let's just keep an eye on.
All right. I mean,
And
as an
try
added
not to
bonus,
draw
we would be
attention
able
to
to get
ourselves.
off the cars for. We would be able to get off the train for a bit when they had to stop. Fair enough.
On the subject of not drawing attention to ourselves, is there any way someone not the size of me?
Yeah, I'll bring you a
Yeah.
snack.
Dapple will look at Eileen. Would you like to hit the dining car then?
Yeah, I'll be back in a bit.
Dapple will join.
Juniper will sit next to Ava and offer her a book.
For what?
A book.
For reading.
Right.
For distraction.
What kind of
Fair
books
enough.
does
what book
kind
is
of books
this?
does Juniper read for
Yeah.
distraction?
A lot of
101 grizzly train accidents.
the history of trains. No. A lot of history books and a lot of novels.
S.R. Hutchinson's The Train Comes for Me.
She hasn't even paid attention to what she handed to Ava.
It's
You mean
okay.
my-
Grab the
Ava,
book.
Ava will, doesn't matter what it is, Ava will open it and distract herself with studying the patterns of decay that are running through the book. It doesn't matter what the words are because you probably can't read them anyways.
Mhm.
The age old coming of age self identity classic, me myself and train.
At one point, randomly, they'll just say, over tone speak, we didn't bring dynamite with us, did we?
Not this
No.
time.
What is that?
What book did I
Explosives.
hand you?
Explode? No. I was just thinking.
You know, as it turns out, dynamite doesn't come here that often from the Americas because it turns out we don't need to mine a lot of places in the Isles.
We also don't have any rope for tying them.
Why would we be tying anyone to the tracks?
Well, you were listing one trope, I figured another.
That trope doesn't exist yet because film isn't a thing yet.
Yeah.
But fair.
All right. In the dining car, is any conversation happening between Dapple and Eileen? So you're getting snacks for folks who do not want to venture forth.
What's the year?
1885.
No, actually. The trope of tying a damsel in distress became
just
prominent
beginning.
in the 19th century with Under the Gaslight in 1867.
Yeah, you would have seen that. You would have gotten a nice screener of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Well,
that happened. That doesn't mean it's a trope yet.
It entered the meme pool as a result of it of Under the Gaslight. It first appeared in Captain Tom's Fright
in 1867.
It became a popular
I love
it became
history.
a popular thing in Under the Gaslight.
I'm glad I get you all to look these things up for me. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I love learning
Dapple-
about when memes come from.
Yeah, like that's what I love.
I love that you called it the meme pool as if that was terminology.
I mean, it
That's-
literally
that's-
was because that's what TV tropes gave me.
Yeah, that's what TV tropes calls it. The meme pool.
Yeah, Dapple is going to. So what do you think about our interested quarry?
Well, I don't know if they really know what they're hunting for. Like, they brought big bullets. They didn't, as far as I know, didn't really get a sniff of it, but didn't really find it to be silver bullets. So
So you think they're incompetent?
I think they're overeager, shall we call it, or at the very least, are hunting something, don't necessarily know what.
Well, they do
That's
know
the
what it is, and
case.
it's just not us. Me, the player, not.
Yeah, like either they're not hunting us, don't know what they're hunting, or don't know what they need.
I'm concerned either way.
Oh, why? Anyone bringing a gun that big to hunt in England? Yeah. They're looking for something above their pay grade.
Maybe they're just
The-
Americans, and it's their emotional support gun.
I would suggest we keep as tight an eye on them as we can when we depart, just in case they head our way.
Oh, I was considering stopping by the observation and having a brief conversation with one of them. I'd already given myself off as a merchant, potential purveyor of ammunition, so
Which means you'll definitely have an in about talking about different guns and ammunition and whatnot. My farm is basically a sanctuary for wolves. So if this is coming to my neck of the woods, I'd rather deal with it once we got off and make sure it can't go anywhere else.
well, let's get this food back to Wolfric before he starves himself. If I recall correctly, Wolfric is an obligate carnivore, yes?
He has the carnivore.
Yeah.
Dapple is the same
she'll
way.
She'll make sure that she's just getting trays of meat.
Yep, you can
Which
do
is
that.
not that uncommon for manly
Nah.
men of this time period.
No. You can definitely get that. Some mostly raw steak.
They want it blue.
Yep.
Cut the hooves off and throw some grill marks on it, put it on a plate.
There we go. All right.
I would like the
and
meat to be introduced to the concept. Nothing more.
With that, we are going to pass into the third 4-hour mark as the sun sets. Stars begin winking into existence. You've seen the stars, Dapple, for the first time in ages. You can't see them in London. It's rather nice.
What with all the smog from the chain smoker?
She
Factory.
has her face pressed against the window. It is very obvious that Dapple is out of place in London and is feeling more herself the further we travel away from it.
Yeah. Back in the sleeper car? At this point?
Dapple getting a contact high from the tobacco grime on the windows.
What was the question?
Back in the sleeper car?
Yeah.
Okay.
When Eileen brought food for Wolfric, she would have asked, "Do you want me to see if I can strike up a conversation with one of these fools?" I did introduce myself as a merchant selling ammunition. That would be within the purview of my identity to be asking what they're looking for to hunt with bullets that big.
out you'll get any useful information on the line of questioning, but I think you can do it without giving yourself away.
I mean, I'd already shown an interest in their wares earlier today. It would actually be more out of character to not ask them about it later.
Fair. If they're good, they won't tell you. If they're not good, they'll tell you something probably not useful anyway.
In either case, it'll get me more of a gauge on who they are.
Yeah, just be careful.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She'll make her way to the observation car where they're usually at.
Okay. The other group, the second group of them have moved further back into the actually, let me make a roll for them. Let's see how good they are at this.
You've done that in the microphone. Diegetic for just scarfing down meat.
Please, please no. Oh boy.
That is not ASMR content I'm here for.
No.
Someone is. That's the problem.
All right, here. We'll do this. It's gonna be that though. As getting more. Let's find out. Yeah, so the
Ooh, my favorite kind of hunter.
Yeah. Let's find out. The group that was in the second class car has moved on. But the other two are still in first class. Are you going to third class to have this conversation or staying up here?
She was going to go to the ones they've moved out of the observation car.
No, they're the ones in the first class are still in the observation car. The one in second class has moved to third class.
So yeah, she was gonna go to the observation car.
Yeah.
Seems less out of place.
So staying in first class is my question. Because they're in they're in the well, it wouldn't be an observation car, it'd just be the regular car in third class. They don't have the niceties.
She's gonna go to the observation car, so the one in first class, so that she has the excuse of I might have just been going here to admire the view and then saw you and picked up a conversation.
Absolutely makes sense. All right, give me a as you are striking up a conversation, you're trying to appear normal, you're just asking questions, trying to, figure out these people. That is going to be a manipulation and subterfuge. Difficulty is 6.
Make sure that you're using the custom form, so you're not getting that penalty manipulation that normal guy would get.
Yeah, no, I always am.
I'm just saying, if you kill someone, they then become an object, and you can put them in the magpie swag.
Oh boy.
And you have instant body dumping, free body dumping.
So the magpie swag can probably fit a body, probably not many more than that, because it just multiplies the amount of space that the bag has.
Yeah,
and she's got a big bag.
Up to 3 times the regular size.
Yeah, and she's got a big bag. Yeah. It's not a body carrying bag.
It's a good thing we have 2 of them. We can hold 2 bodies.
Like she hold 2 bodies when we could just yeet them off the train at high speed.
Like she got a big over the shoulder sack because she knows that the bigger the bag is, the bigger the swag is. But she didn't get like a body carrying bag.
We could I can just shot put them to the horizon. It's fine.
All right, I am spending a willpower
because that wasn't the joke.
All right, difficulty 6, you said?
Yep.
4 successes, potentially more if forked tongue applies.
What's forked tongue again?
Very good at lying and manipulating people with deception.
Okay, yeah, that would definitely apply actually.
So 4 then.
Yeah. So you begin to strike up a conversation with them. It turns quite easily to what they are hunting. I'm gonna have one of them make a roll to see if they pick up on anything a little bit odd because they might. The other ones are not because you're playing into their thing.
Yeah, I'm an ammo merchant talking about their guns.
Exactly.
What you need a gun that big for?
I'm gonna do
How much of a market have I got here?
wits and empathy.
All the better to compensate with.
Hunting Tina.
Hey, not good. Not good enough. The conversation turns toward the what they might be hunting. Um well, I mean, there's bigger game out in these wilds. For sure, definitely. Um but we actually think of ourselves as protectors of the public. You heard the newspaper articles about train madness?
I'm sure I have. I'm sure that's a Victorian era thing that
It
people
is. So
complain
train
about.
madness was a thing that was the male equivalent to hysteria. It was the belief that being on a train was not good for you. Going at that speeds was not natural, and it would cause an imbalance of your wits. And
cause a man to go crazy.
Cause a man to go crazy. Mostly violent. It was
So all I emphasize is so the human noose is right sometimes.
yeah. Yeah. And there are occasional reports sensationalized heavily of any time someone behaves badly on a train.
Yeah,
Which
anytime
is,
any guy gets upset or rowdy about the train, it's
yeah.
assumed to be train madness.
Yep. Is rude to fellow passengers, has an issue with the accommodations, any sort of small thing can set a person off. And
Nowadays, we know much better. Nowadays, we know it's just repression and a lack of therapy.
there you go. We take it upon ourselves to protect the public from issues that might arise. And you see them sort of like look at each other a little bit and kind of give a chuckle. You're picking up, this is how they view themselves as protectors of society. Probably not just train madness they're going after, though.
Do I get the
They
sense
think
that
they're
they have
so
any
slick.
idea what they're hunting?
Hmm.
Or are
Wits,
they just hunting
empathy.
for big, dangerous, supernatural
Yeah.
thing?
Wits, empathy. Diff 6.
2.
Okay. Okay. Um. mm, Possibly. You're not quite sure. They're definitely like loaded for monster.
Yeah, they're loaded for some kind
They're
of monster. Do they know what kind at all?
Yeah, despite the rapport you're having with them and the kind of like ease that they are now beginning to speak with you about this, um, you would actually be able to pick up enough of the like they've got inside jokes happening in all of this that you are not quite sure of.
Mm-hmm. So
Do you think
just...
Eileen has run into hunters before?
I think that's part of why she had to leave Southwark, was that
Okay.
the she needed to get out before any local hunters decided to follow up on what the good Sir Arthur Conan Doyle
Yes.
might have spotted.
Yeah. So you haven't run into them directly, but you've heard of them and you know the danger that that poses. Your not the actually because you got 4 on being pretty good at lying.
I got 5 on
5. Oh yeah. They will actually show you a couple of special rounds. They don't have many of these, but if you run across something a little bit extra, and they wink at each other, they aren't saying anything aloud. And the conversation has gotten quieter and quieter as this goes on. People are at this point kind of exiting the observation car because it's getting dark. There's not really anything to see outside the windows anymore. So it is emptying out. But they seem just as intense and ready to go as they have been. Kind of talking with you about this is sort of they're excited.
Mm-hmm.
And they do not seem to have noticed anything odd about you.
What are the special rounds they're talking about?
They've got silver bullets.
Mm.
Just 4 for all 4 of them.
And she sort of do they offer to let her hold one? Or are they not even gonna let her take a look at them?
They'll let you look at it. I think with 5, yeah, they'll let you hold one.
Yeah, and
Careful.
yeah, she only holds it by the casing. She's not trying to give herself a rash, even if she could play it off.
Harder to play that off.
She just holds it by the casing and sort of turns it over. Now, where'd you find a butte like this?
Had them special made.
Damn fine charge, high caliber. And she'll hand it back.
You've got competition. Ammo maker. Back in the city. Looks pretty good. They work pretty well. We've had great successes.
What's the name? I might have to start up a business with him.
As I realize I'd have to come up with the name very quick. Oh dang. Help. uh Hugh's fine armaments.
Hugh's Fine Armaments.
Hugh. Hugh.
Huh, I might have to start up a business with this fella.
Hugh's Fine Arm, run by Hugh Jack.
I will admit I'm sad that it's not I can't remember the name of it from the Monday game.
Oh, Canton Ivaldi.
Yeah.
No, I do not know this. Yeah. It continues on though.
And she'll have the conversation until it reaches a natural breaking point and make her way back to her car.
Okay.
And over totem phone as she's leaving, she'll hearken up. They're definitely more dangerous than they look. They know they're hunting something. And between the 4 of them, they've got 4 silver bullets for those big ass guns. They only got 1 shot each, or more if one of them decides to take more than 1 shot. But they do have at least some dangerous ammunition.
Right, but if they kill, if they start shooting on the train, then we'll have done that whole thing we're not supposed to do.
As a loud howl breaks the cadence of the train's motion. And there is muffled shouting from up ahead of you in the train car line.
I'm on my feet, heading that way, and through telephone. Never mind, the other idiot guru already did it.
Ah, shite.
Initiative time.
Well,
Sorry.
time for Bob.
Listen.
It's time for tea.
Oh, where is initiative on this thing? They changed, there it is.
Yeah, it's the clock.
Did I get it pulled up? Did it show up? Yes.
Yeah, it's there.
Valve.
No matter what my stats are, I always have the shittiest initiative.
Ooh.
Wait, hang on. I don't know. I'm in.
Oh, he's changed.
I would hope so.
Let me get him into
You're-
Krynos.
You're barely fitting as a human.
Yeah, but
This is-
somebody apparently went crying out. So
This is my favorite kind of hunter. We're dealing with reckoning hunters.
It's a weird way to say the worst kind.
I love Hunter the Reckoning. Like, I get that not everyone likes it, but I love the imbued.
I think they are an interesting concept that are executed so poorly.
I want to play Exalted.
Okay. All right. Oh, this one does not do it automatically.
Yeah, I hit
sadly.
no token and it still didn't add it to the third order.
Yeah. All right, hang on one sec. Doing things very quickly. Okay. All right.
Here.
Add. They got a 14. Pretty good. You've got James. You got 8. Not good.
I was already on. I just threw a token on, added, rolled, and then updated.
Awesome. Thank
So
you.
you don't have to. You at least don't have to do mine.
Yeah. Do. 10. All right, we got Eileen and Aoife on there. Wolfric, what'd you get?
A 12.
Also 12.
12. Okay. Juniper, what'd you get?
13.
I would love to play either like a redeemer or a judge at some point in the game.
Dapple. What do we got?
13.
13? Okay.
Like for instance, playing
Yeah, I mean,
Alrighty, let's see here. How sort? That way.
half of us are ready to give up all of our sleep.
I've
that we
got
ever
the
have.
storyline set for you. It's a matter of time.
All right, 1 a.m.
Okay. People are rushing.
There's a full storyline ready for y'all.
well, I mean, my work schedule just shifted to 11 to 8, so I now have more time to be up, past midnight.
What are you talking about?
I don't
Figure out
know.
a time for Jeremy to run mage for the stream.
Oh boy. There we go. There is running. The sound of heavy hunting boots pounding both in front and behind as people are moving into place.
People are
But Dapple.
pounding all over.
Yeah, exactly. Say it exactly like that. Dapple, what are you doing?
Pound.
But moving forward towards the sound of the howl.
Okay. Excellent. You would have to spend your full turn moving to get to where the howl is coming from. Would you like to spend any rage to get extra?
No, I think Dapple wants to get into the room and evaluate the situation before doing anything else.
Excellent. So you run forward, kind of rushing past into the dining car, where there is the sharp scent of strong alcohol as bottles have been broken. A man who was formerly a bartender is now huddled, gibbering behind a bar, very narrow bar on this train car, because there is a young Krynos with his two friends that you had passed by and kind of seen this group of young folks kind of hanging out and having fun. They don't look like they're having fun now. There is blood on both of them, and they look freaked out as their companion has suddenly become a werewolf. There's a lot of screaming happening. On the other entrance into that car from the other side, because you were coming from back, they were coming from forward. You see one of the hunters holding a honest to God sword, like a hand and a half bastard sword, that is flickering with a bluish flame. That you're not sure if no one's reacting to it because no one else can see it, or if no one's reacting to it because there are far more important things like a werewolf right there.
Delirium hides a lot of sin.
Exactly. But that's your
Okay.
turn.
Yep.
All right. Juniper. What
Yep.
are you up to?
Likewise, I am moving towards the noise.
Okay.
Or the werewolf noise.
Yes, you also see this scene.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Wolfric, what are you doing?
You said I'm a little confused as to where like certain parts of the train are.
Yes.
Are there sounds of people coming from both directions from where I'm at?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So the
The werewolf noises and some of the hunters are ahead of you.
yeah,
More of
and
the
much
hunters
closer.
are a couple of the hunters are a ways away behind you in the train.
And running forward.
Okay. Over the totem phone, I'll go. I'll just call out. I'll handle the reinforcement. You know, if you need. Because Wolver's just going straight to like, I see, fighting has begun. I'm going to trust the rest of the pack to deal with those. I'll deal with the two that are coming behind.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know if the 4 silver bullets are distributed among all 4 of them, or if they're concentrated with the ones that were in first class?
They're concentrated with the ones in first class. They were showing you them.
And they mentioned that they only had the 4.
They only had 4.
So she'll respond over the totem phone. The ones in the back don't have silver, so you should be good.
Is there are windows in the car that I'm occupying?
Yes.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yep. It's got
I'm
like a
going
little
to-
curtain over it, but yeah.
I'm going to go the curtain,
Mm-hmm.
windows,
Uh-huh.
and then I am going to shift into Glabro.
Uh-huh. Give me a rage roll for that. For shifting.
Stamina
Or
rage.
the
I'm just going to spin to rage.
okay. Yeah. I always forget.
And wait until there are two angry-looking men with guns coming through the car, and I'm going to introduce them to the term defenestration.
Okay, beautiful.
We're only on. There isn't a second story on a train.
No.
Yeah, sometimes you got to make do with improper definitions.
I mean, we could be going over a bridge right now.
There's many stories there.
I mean, it's also not in the Prague region of the Czech Republic, so it's just sparkling murder.
Aoife!
Yep, I am getting up. I am shoving people out of the way if they are in the way.
Mhm.
Strictly speaking, the formal definition of defenestration is just throwing someone out a window. Not
There are some folks. There were a couple folks still lingering in the dining car, like an elderly couple, a man who looked like he was very happily reading his newspaper and has abandoned that at this point, screaming, running backwards, into probably going to run into Wulfric fairly shortly once they can get past.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I am just anybody who's remotely in my way gets shoved to one side
Yep.
of
Don't
the,
even need to
of the
make a
main
roll for
aisle
that.
or another. And yeah, I'm making my way down. I am not shifting, spending rage, anything like that, because
Okay.
I got in trouble last time that stuff happened.
Yeah. I mean, bonus. Don't seem to do any fairies yet. Look on the bright side.
This is also true. These are not servants of another supernatural creature.
Yeah.
They are just murderers.
There we
I don't
go.
I don't have to deal with my grandmother for that, or great grandmother for that.
Mm-hmm. And you see the scene that the that Juniper and Dapple have already run into. Let's see here. You three all look perfectly normal humans.
Uh-huh.
So one of them is going to grab a gun and take one of those silver bullets and send it at someone. Let's see how they do. Ooh.
Ugh.
Ooh. Okay. All
When
right,
we
all
said
right.
send it someone, who
Uh-huh.
are we sending it to?
You're sending it at the young Krynos that is
Okay.
currently freaking out his friends quite a lot.
Yeah, because you all look like normal humans.
And howling.
There's a much more obvious target in the car.
Exactly.
Out of curiosity, for the ones that are in that car, does this look like it might be his first change?
Yes.
It's okay. He won't suffer any negative for breaking the veil. He just might die.
I was about to say, you don't typically suffer renown penalties when you only just now had your first change.
No,
Yeah,
because you
because
don't
the
have
first-
renown.
Yeah, you don't have any
And
renown.
also
Yeah.
because the first change is uncontrollable.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So he takes that.
Only 2 damage.
2 aggravated.
Unsoakable.
Mm-hmm.
He's
Definitely
not
better
wearing
than
any
it
armor
could
that
have
would be able
been.
to soak it.
All
moon is it?
right.
What moon is it right now?
It
Half.
is half moon.
The Philodoximoon.
So yeah, is it the moon you're born under or the moon you have your first change under?
It's a moon you're born under.
Okay.
But, you know,
No
it might
guarantee
be,
this is a Philodox. It could be.
it might be copacetic. We don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, the other one is still running. Eileen.
Call him Phil.
That's not his name.
Eileen is going to draw her 44 Colt and her knuckle dagger, and is going to vanish into the backdrop as she uses Blur of the Milky Eye.
Okay.
Manipulation stealth. All right, at least the rolls to perceive her are at least 1 harder.
Okay.
And she's gonna try and make her way to the scene as she is harder to spot amidst the crowd.
Is that's an illusion or mind control type of thing? Yes.
It doesn't it's not direct invisibility. It just causes her to not really be perceived by people.
Okay.
It's sort of she always seems like she's on your periphery and not quite in focus.
Oh, are you
Sure,
talking
sure.
Milky Eye?
Yeah.
It's not mind control. It
Okay.
actually does blur your form.
Is it an illusion?
I don't. Maybe.
Perception filter.
Let me.
I know it's not like obfuscate.
Yeah,
for example.
even though the Ragabash is not truly invisible and is spotted, this gift protection fails until the observer is distracted. It's basically just like it is basically it's not like legitimately hiding me, and it's not making me invisible. It's just making me not the most important thing for you to be looking at.
Okay. All
Like I
right.
said, perception filter.
Eyes just sort of glance over you.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. And where were you going again? Sorry, I missed that.
I'm making my way to the scene of the
Okay.
fight.
Yep. You can see all of this happening. All right. It's James's turn. He's gonna try and do things.
Wait, hang on. This young guru's last name is Howell.
Yeah. I'm really pleased with myself.
You should be.
Thank you.
I mean, that's
I was
fair.
giving you the benefit of the doubt that was coincidental, because that is a fairly common, like.
It was, and then Sun said that, and I'm really pleased with myself. So I'm taking credit.
Okay, it was coincidental, then I will
Yeah.
forgive you.
Okay. I do not accept your forgiveness.
You win both ways on this.
To be fair, like Wulfric's name is King of Wolves.
There we go. All right. He
Like Clan
is
Giovanni,
going to
Clan John.
Yeah.
spend some willpower for a thing.
Because Wulfric is wolf ruler.
Mm-hmm.
And then Volkov is derived from the word Volk, which is wolf.
All
They
right.
really hammered home the wolf imagery in his name.
And is then going to attack. We're going to go with the other one couldn't reach him, so he's going to go after the one that shot him, because that hurt quite badly. All right. Let's see here. Oh no. For some reason, I thought these sheets had the bite already automatically in it. They don't. Curses. Hang on one moment. Will I quickly do that? Or maybe, there it is. All right.
No, it's in the
Yeah, I got
drawing.
it. Yeah, I found it. All right. We're going to try and bite. Hey. A success. Ooh. Not good for him.
Of note,
Yes.
if he is in frenzy, that wound penalty doesn't matter. Doesn't apply.
Oh yeah, it actually wouldn't.
So he would get an extra die to roll.
Okay, I'll do that real quick. Thank you.
Yep.
I forgot to
Which might result in an
change
extra
that.
die for the damage.
Ooh.
Yep,
Which does
extra
result in an
damage
extra die for the damage.
All right, let me re-roll that damage. Then I'm just gonna take this new result. Extra success. Yes. Hey.
It's an extra damage.
As this young Krynos, this cub, turns and bites a chunk out of the guts of the man holding a rifle, who is now wavering quite a bit with that rifle. So not great for him. And then the other hunter with the flaming sword is going to come down. We're gonna try and slice off this guy's head. I don't think he's gonna win, but you know, he's gonna try. He's gonna try his best. It's flaming. He's doing it with 2 hands. 2 successes. We add an extra one. Okay. 2.
Wait, that's what the Silver Fangs call me. Bastard, two-handed flaming.
I'm assuming the flaming imbuement. I don't remember the full details of any
Aggravated.
of this. It makes it aggravated. Does it make it unsoakable? Like, does it make it qualify as silver or anything? Like
No, it does not make it qualify as silver. Let me
that?
double
So
check.
he can still soak
Yes,
it.
he can try and soak
As
this.
long as it's silver or radioactive or
Yep.
It
one of a
doesn't
few
count
other
as. It
things.
doesn't. I can make it not count as aggravated. Fire.
All right.
Yep.
So we are going to try and soak.
I don't even think that's a
aggravated.
You can make it. I think it's just.
Ooh,
Oh no,
you
it is
spend a
at
yes.
this point.
You spend a gnosis for the rest of the scene. Fired as bashing damage instead of aggravated.
Oh, I know. I've got it.
All right. So he tries to swing this sword in a dramatic sort of flourish. And the werewolf just sort of like brings claws up and bats it out of the way, unharmed, completely. Dapple.
I have to check
Oh,
something
actually,
real quick.
hang on one sec because the other one is running up and would be getting to Wulfric right about now. They did not activate the flaming property because they're an idiot.
And aren't in the fight yet.
and didn't think they would be running into a werewolf yet.
And to hear, I'm not a werewolf. I'm just a big guy.
Exactly. But they are gonna try and
Who noticeably grew bigger right in front of them.
No, I turned Fair Glabro before they got here.
Yeah.
I shifted into Fair Glabro after I opened the windows so that I could prepare to.
You seem slightly
sky.
bigger.
Oh,
You're bigger than when they last saw you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fair.
Whether or
I
not
also
that
look- I
catches
look-
up with
I look
them
like a
before they
different
can.
person.
Yeah. Whether or not they can catch up with that before they are dead remains to be seen. But they are going to try and attack you with the sword. One-handed here.
Are in their way.
Wulfric. Ooh. 5 successes, though. 4. They do 3 lethal to you, so you can try and soak that. Yeah.
Armor helps soak.
Yes, you add the armor as bonus dice to your soak roll. Oh, you see?
Unharmed. Completely
The sword hits,
nonplussed.
and it doesn't even cut through his shirt. It just tink,
Beautiful.
looks down at the sword in his chest.
It's a beautiful thing. All right. Now it's Dapple's turn. Sorry about that.
Dapple is, I think, honestly, going to everybody else, it's gonna look like she's just wasting a turn, but she's actively massaging the tips of her fingers and pulling at her face. She's activating no, she's activating Predator's Arsenal. But you have to concentrate for a turn.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
So she's summoning out her claws and her fangs.
Excellent.
It's a fun gift to have, being able to do that without having to partial shift.
Yeah. Time-wise, everyone, I want to get to the top of the round. Is everyone good for going maybe a little bit over?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have 7 minutes for the end.
Yeah. Just in case.
7 minutes before the end.
Juniper.
Enough for you, perhaps.
How many hunters are in here right now?
There are 2 in there with you.
Okay.
And this young cub.
Yes.
Young cub going through his first change in a very bad location.
Yeah. Not good.
Yes, the rules of the first change are the same as the rules of real estate. Location.
Okay. Let's try to get them off of him. I'm gonna shift to Krynos.
Also, never
Okay.
invite your friends.
You can do that automatically.
A great way to lose some friends.
Right? And are they both aiming at him right now?
One has a sword and one has a gun, yes.
I'm going for the one with the gun.
Okay.
Sorry, which form did you just shift into?
Krynos.
Krynos.
Cool.
And
It's okay. Juniper
That'll be
causes
fine.
delirium. Fine.
That'll be fine.
Yeah, Juniper causes delirium. The veil's already been breached.
Veil's been breached, and the only person left in here is the bartender, who I assume is like hiding at this point.
He's
The bartender's
gibbering, yeah.
the bartender is fully in the grips of delirium, and you've got his two friends. The other people have fled, and there are the two hunters who, when you shift, do not react.
Yep.
Okay.
They got a thing protecting them from delirium.
Yeah, I mean the second sight of the imbued is potent stuff.
Yeah, I am going to. Let's go with.
It doesn't look like anyone else here has the willpower to remember any of this.
I'm gonna claw the guy with the gun.
Okay, go for it.
One success.
All right, give me a damage roll.
Where is damage on this?
Where you let's see.
On the far hand side where it says aggravated.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you
okay.
look at claw, go across the right, press aggravated.
Yep.
Oh, I'm there. Yep.
There you go. Nice. Oh goodness. Let me look at them. No, you disembowel this guy.
For those at home, for those playing along at home,
Yay!
that was 5 successes on the damage,
yeah.
and most mortals have 5 levels of health.
Yeah. He had
And he
3
also
left,
already had a bite taken out of him.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
And the gun clatters to the ground.
Good, that's convenient.
Well done, well done. Wolfric. You got a guy with a sword.
Is there a second one here, or is this just the first one to arrive?
The second one is coming up behind. I'll
Visible?
say you would have enough movement to get, like, you can see
cool.
they're like opening the door and coming on through.
I would like to grab the man with the sword in front of me and fling him out a window.
Okay. That's gonna be a strength athletics.
Throwing someone off a moving train. This is the
Exactly.
environment we're fighting in.
I'm gonna roll for him, and you gotta beat his also strength athletics, honestly, because I think that's the roll for trying to resist being thrown off a moving train. It feels good. Div 6 for both of you. Actually, you didn't shift. You shifted into Glabro. It's gonna be diff 5 for you because he's smaller, much smaller. That makes it more difficult. 2 successes though.
Did a willpower on this one.
Okay.
5, you said?
Yeah.
Does my strength specialization of unstoppable apply?
Yeah.
9 successes on the roll to yeet the people.
9 successes versus 2 successes. You just pick this guy up and Wilhelm scream.
It's just the
follows
right hand
down
comes over.
With the camera sort of follows in the windows.
Yeah.
Somewhere
right hand comes
Kenku
over.
went, what?
Yeah, the right, because I opened the window so I wouldn't break any glass or anything. Right hand comes across, grabs, and just
very considerate of
dumps
you.
out the side. I'm going to spend a rage point to do the same thing to the other one.
Okay. Normally you have to do the rage before
You have to
the
declare rage beforehand.
action. Yeah.
Sorry, I was always intending to do both in the same turn. That's why I opened the window.
Yeah. I'll let you do it this time. But going forward.
Why you had asked if you had been able to see the other one. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not see the I'd spend
this one
power on this as well. Force.
Yeah, this one saw you doing it to his friend. And so he is going to spend some willpower against this.
Technically, that's way more than 4 because your specialty is applying. So that's 7 successes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So hang on. That would have also been
A lot.
9,
We're
10,
trying to
11,
get to
12,
the
13.
end.
Yeah, I just wanted
Yeah. Yeah.
7
All
successes.
right. All right. Do. Athletics. Strength athletics. Yeah. Plus. Nah. This
7
one's
versus
harder.
At most 5.
It's like popping sardines out of a can. As another high-pitched scream and some bouncing sounds as this guy sort of tries to cling on to the windows as he passes. It does not work super well
I'm
for
not
him.
gonna lie. I'm happy you succeeded, but I was kind of hoping for like a trying to push someone over the top in the Royal Rumble like contest
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
I go over, shifting back to Hamid form and close the windows.
Beautiful. Aoife.
I made a horrible mistake. Hold on
You
just
did.
a second.
Hit the bite right as your turn is coming up.
There is a
there's
remaining
one
guy with
guy
a flaming
left.
sword.
Is
Yes.
it fair to say the one guy left is focused on the giant rage monster in front of him and not the things behind him?
He's focused on 2 rage monsters, but yes, not the things behind him.
All right, I'm going to spend 1 rage.
Mm-hmm.
I am picking up the fallen shotgun from the ground.
Yeah.
I'm walking up to him, pointing at his head, and firing twice.
Okay.
Which might be fun because I need to check and see if I have firearms. I do not.
Oh
It's
boy.
fine.
The difficulty's up by 1 for the normal shot, so diff
Yep.
7.
Yep.
Yeah.
Combat. We're just gonna. I'll just roll straight dex firearms. I will spend willpowers.
Okay.
There's 3 successes.
Okay.
I
The
think
damage.
you can only spend willpower on 1 auto success per turn, no matter how many actions.
Believe so.
So that was there's my rage action since the other action comes after.
Yep.
Next at the end of so what's the damage on this?
3. These are modified guns. They didn't modify them
Yeah,
super
only
well.
only 1 point can be spent for an automatic success per turn.
Okay. So I'm just rolling 4d10 then.
Then I only have 6.
There's 1 damage to the head.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 1 aggravated.
Technically, it's lethal. Well, I don't know.
All right.
Imbued.
It's the same for.
Yeah.
They're lethal. All right. There we go.
Yeah,
Lethal isn't much
unless the bullet
different
does
for a
special
person.
things to
No.
be imbued, it's just lethal.
Yeah. Second fire.
One. Also 2 successes.
Nice. Roll damage.
No damage though.
Fucking really?
The train sways and you are not able to compensate. Imagining sort of the side of his head crumbling in and then realizing that's just one of your visions that you get. Unfortunately. They're all dead. Eileen.
Similarly, Eileen is going to just sort of ghost up behind this gentleman and just point the Colt Army at his head and spend a rage and fire twice.
Okay, go for it.
Firearms. A miss because I rolled 3 ones. It's not a botch because there's a success.
Yeah, there is a success in there, which is
You
good.
do not shoot me with your gun. I am in Hamid.
This one is a
Oh.
botch.
Oh
You
boy!
shot me with your gun.
Luckily, you didn't pick up the silver bullet gun.
No, I didn't. I'm just firing normal bullets.
Why did you shoot me with your gun?
High or low? There. Eileen?
I'll say low.
Low?
Because apparently my dice have been rolling low all day anyway.
This is where it rolls high.
I know.
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
That's lowish.
You don't
So
hit your
is
pack
low
mate.
is low just the gun jams instead of hitting someone else?
Oh no, the low is you hit James.
Whoops. Well, he's in Krynos, he can take it.
Roll damage.
Yes, but he might consider you a threat now.
I mean, he's in the middle of his first change. He considers everything. He's
All
fine.
right.
It's 1 damage that he can
Yeah,
soak.
it's just lethal. So he can.
As far as anyone else knows, I might have tried to shoot him. Who knows?
Yeah. Fine.
Let me know if y'all need me to come up there and like pin him to the ground or something.
You fire into you try and fire and that same you come up behind him at the same time Aoife is there like a second later, and there's another jostle as the train is switching.
Fuck yeah, train.
Hey!
And this Krynos, this strange Krynos does not react. But it is his turn.
The only other person who's hurt him is the Flaming Sword Man.
Yeah. He is going to spend a rage to.
This is the point where we find out
Beautiful
he's
face.
actually a black spiral dancer, but has somehow managed to avoid the corruption. So he like completely ignores this guy and turns on us.
Yeah. So is going to try and bite the swordsman and claw at gunfire. Did not like the gunfire, and it's like there's kind of like the silver bullet that was fired is like itchy, and he is not liking gunfire right now because that seems quite dangerous. He doesn't really know why or what's going on, but there's enough of something there. So I'll decide who of the two firing people he goes after. But first, the bite. Let's see here.
This is the
Legitimately
point
safer
where
if
I
he
need
goes
to
after me.
This is the point where I need to remind y'all what I said during our character creation era. This third did not take Mother's touch.
Ooh.
That's why I asked if we had any medical.
Yeah, as another bite. This time going for the throat. It tears it out. Gore splashes across. All right. High is going to be Jeremy. Low is Shawnee. Here we go.
Come at me.
Sure.
Damn it.
All right. Jeremy, claw attack going for you.
You're gonna love my next character.
You kill a Theer
4
during your first
successes.
game. Do you get your deed name then, or does it come later?
It depends. All right. 3 here. 4 aggravated damage.
Only 4, you're not dead.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wisdom
And you can
Slayer has a
soak.
nice ring to it.
I
No,
can't
I
soak,
cannot.
they're in
I'm in
breed form.
Hamid.
Oh, well, that's
I
fun
can't
and
soak
exciting.
shit.
Okay.
That's why I was saying it was better if they come at me, because I'm not in breed form.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was fully in the okay. Now I'm coming up with character concepts.
Yeah,
in my
that
head
might
stage.
happen because what happens at the top of the round is I need everyone to give me a dexterity and athletics difficulty 7.
Everyone, or just people in that room?
Everyone.
It's a train
Everyone
about to have
on
a
the
problem
train.
thing.
Oh dear.
Is our
Yeah.
train getting derailed?
It might. Probably.
Dex Athletics Diff 7.
Yep. Okay.
Oh good. Dex Athletics Diff 7, you say?
Uh-huh.
With wound penalties, you say?
I'm assuming this is reactive, so we don't get to spend willpower on this.
Yeah, it's a reaction.
1 success.
Okay.
1 success.
Hey.
Note 1 success with a 1 in there because my dice have not started rolling better yet.
You said Diff 7?
Yep.
Okay. Wound penalties get automatically applied, correct?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, wound penalties apply automatically.
Ooh.
Means that's 0 dice.
This
Extra frog.
does this one have a chance?
I should technically be able to roll a die.
Yeah, it
You can
doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It
roll at
doesn't.
least
It doesn't
one
auto
die.
roll the chance die.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think you always
It's
get
not
at
a
least one
chance
die.
die.
To
It's
roll.
just it's a normal.
Yeah.
Still nothing.
Nope. Okay. So let's see here.
Somewhere.
All right.
To be fair,
somewhere
you
As
didn't
there-
watch Jeremy.
Is first a dull thud from underneath your feet from the floor. And then
From the dynamite?
Yeah. And then
See, somebody brought dynamite.
yeah, they
Yeah,
did.
the hunters did.
Not the hunters.
I was
as-
joking about the dynamite.
No, I know, and I was laughing internally because this was preset.
Oh,
Wait,
fuck
are you-
me.
Were hunters trying to hunt werewolves on a train that was about to get knocked over?
Yeah. It was.
Those robbers picked
I was
the
waiting to
worst
see
train to rob.
what confluence of events happened first.
These bandits picked the wrong fucking train.
They're gonna pull up and be like, "All right, give us all your
Watch-
valuables," and then the werewolves are just
Watch
gonna walk
the bandits be black spiral dancers.
out. Oh.
All right. As everyone except for actually everyone takes 3 lethal damage. You can soak this diff 6 unless you're in your breed form, in which case you can't soak.
I need to make a very important stamina roll.
Okay.
How much damage?
3 lethal.
Oh, good.
Not aggravated. This is just an explosion.
Oh, aggravated or lethal?
Lethal.
Okay.
Apparently, I can't soak a damn thing.
Oh no, you
What
can't.
was the difficulty again?
Diff 6.
Is
Uh,
there a button for that, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
In combat, when you scroll down to your health levels, there are soak buttons right next to your health levels.
So what are we rolling?
Hit the lethal soak button.
Lethal soak. It is diff 6,
hold on.
a little bit, which
Jennifer
doesn't
got
affect.
0.
I don't
Apple
think.
got 1. I got
Yeah.
The number of ones I have rolled this session.
Permanent
So
rage.
that would be 2 damage then if I soaked only 1.
Yeah, if you soak 1, you take
Yep.
2. Fortunately, this is lethal damage, so when we're not in breed form, we can regenerate 1 a turn with a rage roll. But...
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I'm huge. I'm huge and have an extra bruise slot, damage slot, so I'm just bruised.
Congrats.
I'm just injured. I'm only at -1, but
Well,
Oh no.
heyo.
Hey, ooh.
It's not dead until you fill up with aggravated, correct?
no.
Yeah, it's not dead until you fill up on aggravated.
No.
It's just lethal.
No.
no? Enough lethal will kill
can
you as
kill
well.
you. You are a mortal being.
I
Oh,
thought
it's
it was
vampires
like
have to fill with
you
ag,
go
okay.
unconscious when you max out on lethal, and then it starts to bleed over to aggravated.
Specifically, where is it? Hold on. Let me check and see here. Oh, never mind. Yes, I am technically unconscious at this point.
Okay.
If I get bumped by a pebble, I'm dead.
Note to self, trip over Aoife.
Unfortunately.
I am out for the next 8 hours.
Yeah. Dapple, you are in this explosion as the world the tin can around you rips apart violently. There is a secondary wave of fire that comes. Dapple, you are out of the full effect of this. So only take 1 aggravated damage. You can soak this. Everyone else will take 2. It is a, let me double check.
Do I take
Does
that
everyone
too?
else include immediately killing
Aoife?
Sorry, what's happening?
Fire. The train is on fire. The shrapnel of the train is on fire now because of
Do I have to make a soak roll?
Yes.
Is it fire?
It's aggravated, yes. You
I
can't
cannot
aggravated.
soak it. I am dead.
Is activating Master of Fire a thing you can do in response to stuff, or is it an action you take on your turn?
It is a conscious turn. It is a conscious thing. I don't know if it takes an action, but you have to actively spend Gnosis.
Yeah. So it
So
is.
I don't. Yeah.
It is also something then you can't do the same turn as you use Rage.
Also that.
Just
Yeah.
FYI. That gets important for a turn.
Am I having to take fire damage, or because I'm not in that?
This is the train. They had charges on the first class carriages.
All of them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
So you said it was 2 damage from fire?
Yes, 2 aggravated. It is soak difficulty 5. And for Dapple, it is 1 aggravated fire, still soak 5.
Well, I rolled it with difficulty 6, but got 2 soak, so
Okay, you're good.
yeah.
I take 1 damage.
As I have killed my first of Jeremy's characters.
Yep.
Hey, Jeremy. I'm just saying we are headed towards a
werewolf farm, yeah.
A werewolf farm full of black furies.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
This is the best.
Holly's reaction.
Are
Jesus.
you dead?
Yes, I'm actually dead.
Oh my gosh.
I took 4 aggravated damage from newbie here.
Yeah, from the first changer.
I mean,
then,
I got no successes to dodge the lightning. I took 3 from the lightning or the explosion, which put me to incapacitated and lethal, and then I take aggravated damage from the fire. Therefore, I'm dead.
Your second werewolf character to die.
Yep.
Man, leave some room for the rest of us.
Someone else needs a turn to die, okay?
So,
are
You're
you
all
only,
welcome
are you
to
the
die as
only
much as you
werewolf who has
want.
died on Wednesday?
I think so.
Twice.
okay, so yeah,
Yes.
Master of Fire has no action economy associated with it. It's just something you can do, and then for the rest of the scene, if fire inflicts bash damage rather than aggravated damage. It says the player spends 1 Gnosis point, not the character. I don't know if that matters, but anyways, this is the top of the round.
Yes.
So it's not the same turn I spent Rage, or does it matter, or is it until my next turn? I have to.
That's a fair point.
That's a good question. Let me look that. I don't know off the top of my head.
That's I just need that clarification, because otherwise I'm just
Yes,
taking
yes,
away
yes.
damage.
Stop with the evil smile, Jeremy.
I'm not. It's not an evil smile. I'm laughing because I think it's funny.
It's an evil smile.
All right, a player cannot use both Rage and Gnosis in the same turn, whether spending points or rolling the trait. Only exceptions are certain gifts that demand using both. Blah, blah, blah.
Hold on.
What
I'm
is
gonna
the
check
same
one
turn?
thing here.
Yeah, like how do you define the turn?
I would argue that like your turn ends and then it moves on to the next person. So I think it has reset. You can use.
Yeah, because it does. There are times when it specifies a round versus a
Yeah.
Yes, and that's what I am checking to make sure, because I am pretty sure they refer to the whole thing as a round, and each individual is turns. I'm not positive on
that. I can confirm from running Vampire. They do that. I just wasn't sure what the economy language was. If it was turn around.
Yeah. Nope.
It does appear to be turned, so you should be able to do this now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am spending one Gnosis to the rest of the scene make fire only do bashing damage to me.
Okay. Excellent.
So how many points of damage was that from the fire?
2.
Yeah, 2.
2. So
soak if you want to
damage.
soak it. Yeah. It's diff 5,
which I can soak from.
Yeah.
Common form. Oh, 1 bash. Hurt.
Okay. As that's where we're gonna end for the evening. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.